Hello fellow knights, welcome back to another video, and here's my thoughts of the Clone Wars, Season 7. Now, I like to give some backstory a bit. I've seen the Clone Wars when it was like the movie in theaters, and I actually was one of the few people that liked it at first. That I was one of those people that was on board with the whole Ahsoka Tano character. Yes, she might have been like extremely like snippy and out of place, but I was okay with it because we regard. I already knew that we were going to have a television series of the Clone Wars happening because Lucasfilm already announced it that after the Clone Wars movie, we were going to have a Clone Wars series. And I did hear that Anakin was going to have a Padawan. And keep in mind, this was when I first got into Star Wars. Like, I fell in love with, like, my very first Star Wars movie was Revenge of the Sith, and I fell in love with it. So I watched all 6 movies a shit ton of times by the time I seen the Clone Wars. And I figured, okay, we're gonna get a series of the Clone Wars. Ahsoka might be a bit annoying at the moment, but something tells me she's gonna be a really, really, really good character. So, in the course of the first 5 seasons, I'm not referencing season 6 because she's not in there, and season 7 didn't come out until like about 2 months ago. In the course of the first 5 seasons, I was right. She turned out to be one of the most hated characters into one of the most beloved characters. It flushed out Anakin's character even more, was justified Anakin's turn to the dark side, quick dark side turn, even quicker. I mean, even better, or it justified it more, if that makes sense. Because in the Revenge of the Sith, it's quick like that. And you can say, well, the reason why he turned to the dark side, if we're gonna go based off of the movies, is because he was fed up with the Jedi Order not promoting him to Master when he was on the Council. He blames them for not being able to rescue his mother before she died. And he was trying to save Padme, and since the Jedi wouldn't help him, Darth Sidious would. But with the Clone Wars series, you can also say, well, on top of those 3 reasons, right, that we got from the movies, we were able to, he had a Padawan. The Jedi Order or Council turned their backs on Ahsoka in her moment of need, except for Anakin. Anakin was, well, of course, Anakin was a Jedi Council member at the time, but Anakin was the only one on the Council that did not turn his back. And she refused to come back into the Jedi Order. And then the last thing she said to Obi-Wan in front of Anakin, or at least one of the things she said to Obi-Wan in front of Anakin, was how she was frustrated with the Jedi, how she had lost faith in the Jedi until she was recently reminded on why the Jedi, what the people means to the Jedi, and spoiler alert to the season 7. And you can say that actually created whatever doubts Anakin may have had at that point in his life, created it even more, and it made that quick turn to the dark side, his willingness to turn to the dark side, even more justified. And yeah, I agree with Jeremy Johns. Movies, and cause even Jeremy from Geeks Gamers as well, and a lot of people, movies shouldn't have like shows or books. Shouldn't have to have shows or books to rely on having that movie or trilogy or whatever make more sense. Like, and I'm saying that because The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker is relying heavily on outside sources to make it make sense. The prequels, yeah, they had some things that, yeah, outside sources explained made sense, but they didn't need to heavily rely on outside sources like The Rise of Skywalker does. Or the sequel trilogy for that matter. But, anyways, Clone Wars Season 7 was great. Like, I loved the first 6 seasons of Clone Wars. The first season was like more like child friendly, more lighthearted and stuff like that. But as the seasons went on, it felt like I was watching a person grow up, mature, and like holy crap, because my favorite episodes, as I was saying, are story arcs, are the Mortis one when Ahsoka met Chewbacca, and when Ahsoka left the Jedi Order. That story arc. Those 3 were my favorite story arcs. In general. And I'm not saying the other story arcs were bad, but those 3 story arcs were my favorite story arcs in general of the Clone Wars. Then I watched Season 7, and they got debunked into second place. And you see why. So the first 4 episodes of Season 7 was about Bad Batch. And how pretty much Rex was on a hunt to find Fives. Or Echo. I think it was Echo. And he found Echo because there was a he was hopeful that Echo survived the Citadel. And he was right. And we got Anakin in like 2 episodes of that, 2-3 episodes of that. And the animation, I gotta say, you can tell the animation's a bit more crisp than the last 6 seasons. Anakin's look, it has to be like the most noticeable change out of all of the characters. This Anakin looks more like Hayden Christensen than he did in the last 6 seasons. And I like it. I really liked it. And then so yeah, and the first 4 episodes was great. I liked it. Then the next 4 episodes, which is the next story arc, was Ahsoka, and it was showing us how she was pretty much, in a way, running from who she was, and her learning to accept her new reality and stuff like that. And it eventually led into the Mandalore arc. But the 4 episodes where Ahsoka was hanging out with those the sisters, out of the 12 episodes that we got, that has to be the most boring one. I mean, I understood the whole concept of it, but that has to be the most boring one out of the 12 episodes that we got. And then the next 2 episodes after that, because the last episode kind of hints at the whole Mandalore arc, Season of Mandalore arc, which shows up with 2 episodes. And I did not it started out good. The season started out really entertaining, and then it went to kind of boring. Like, it's still slightly entertaining, but it was kind of boring. But I still liked it. I still was on board with it, because I figured, okay, this might have to relate back to a future episode in the Clone Wars, which it really doesn't. I mean, the only thing that arc is referenced in any of the future episodes is actually in the next episode, when Ahsoka, as I said earlier, said to Obi-Wan flat out, "I lost faith in the Republic. I mean, I lost faith in the Jedi until I was reminded what the Jedi meant to people who needs us. Or needs them, or whatever." That was like really the only time the whole that arc was referenced. But the Siege of Mandalore, Ahsoka would have the 501st, led by Rex, who was promoted to commander, help Duchess Satine's sister to take back Mandalore from Darth Maul. And they were successful. And I didn't expect how great that was. We get a tease that Darth Maul may or may not know who Darth Vader is. He gets we get Darth Maul telling Ahsoka a little bit about Darth Sidious's plan. And it was great. It was like, holy crap, this, like, even the fighting between Darth Maul and Ahsoka were intense. Like, I knew both of them were going to survive the events of the Clone Wars because I've seen them in Rebels, but damn, okay. Like, they had me on my seat like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? Will Ahsoka catch Maul, or will Maul escape? Will this be the last time we see Maul? And Maul does get captured by Ahsoka and the clones. That was great. And then the next two episodes I refer to as the Order 66 arc. And that was great. I knew that was going to come because I've heard before this season happened that the last season of the Clone Wars was going to tie into Revenge of the Sith. And it does. Especially the last two episodes. Like, seeing the clones executing RD-66 on Ahsoka was heartbreaking. Like, because, yeah, I agree with Jeremy Johnson this one. When it comes to Obi-Wan, it felt more like he may have had a friendship with them, but it was more, like, professional, per se. But with Ahsoka, it actually felt like an actual friendship, an actual relationship that she had. Especially since she was trying not to kill them. I'm saying, oh, God, this, and like I said, I already knew Ahsoka was going to survive, but like, how she survived is like a wonder to me. That proves how good of a master Anakin was. And then we see her dropping her lightsaber on this one planet that Rex and Ahsoka was on. Remember, remembering the clone troopers that crashed landed into this one ship by the gravitational pull of this one moon. And then we cut back to like at least 6 months later, at the very least 6 months, and we're on the same planet that I thought it was Hoth at first, and we see Darth Vader finding Ahsoka's lightsaber. Like, and that was it. Like, what? And it's not a bad one. It's like, what? The only thing I would change or add on to the series finale is us seeing Ahsoka and Rex depart from each other. Because if you've seen Rebels, then you know that Rex and Ahsoka hasn't seen each other in like, what, 15-ish years? I don't know how long, like, in terms of the timeline, I don't know how long Rebels are from Clone Wars. So, like, what, 15, 16 years? I mean, or from Revenge of the Sith. And it's great. That would be a great scene to add. I mean, I would love to see that in the future. Maybe not in the Clone Wars arc, but it would be like this nice, like, mini, like, 4-part or 2-part series, or 3-part special on, okay, we're going to show you guys how Ahsoka and Rex left. And that would be great, but this has to be like one of my favorite seasons. On top of the 3 arcs that I told you guys about that are my favorite, the season of Mandalore and the Order 66 story arcs are my favorite out of all these Clone Wars series. And like I said before, I'm not saying the other arcs were horrible or bad in any way. I'm saying that these 5 that I mentioned are my favorite. So, in the entire series. And it does complement very nicely with the prequels. So, I'll give it that. So, what do you guys think about the Clone Wars? Do you guys like it, dislike it? Let me know in the comment section below. And hope you all have a nice day. Love y'all. See you guys in the next video. And have a nice day, my friends.